colleague from the Coastal Zone Management Unit, Dr. Lorna Inniss, who's going to talk about the NESCO-ICO, in regional and their role in regional science and information. 15 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deirdre, and good morning. I think some of you may have gotten the impression that I changed jobs because I'm giving this presentation on behalf of Dr. Cesar Toro, who is the Secretary of the Regional Subcommission of IOC. Having spent 6 years on the board, I think that Cesar believes that I'm a fixture in the IOC, and therefore he can call on me to represent the Regional Subcommission when he needs to do so. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about today, a little bit about the structure and function of the IOC and its regional subsidiary body in the region. In our region, I'm going to talk about some of the work that they've tried to do in developing a culture and developing critical mass in marine science in Latin America and the Caribbean. And then as we build this discussion to come up with some ideas for consideration of a science policy interface. And I'm glad that there were a few people who went before me, so I can actually reduce the amount that I say. The Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission is a division of UNESCO, and it's a specialized mechanism of the UN system to coordinate global scientific ocean research and ocean services. Now, in the region, the IOC has established, and this is not the International Olympic Committee, which I think is the more well-known use of the acronym. The IOC established the regional subcommission, IOCCARIBE, in 1982. And for the last almost 30 years, they've been trying to coordinate and promote marine and coastal sciences and associated operational services in the region. Now, the member states of IOCCARIBE almost mirror, shall we say, the member states of the ACS. And for us, that is an advantage, that is a plus. We're dealing with the same countries that border the Caribbean Sea. And so the majority of our work in terms of science and developing scientific research and collecting data and information is in the same area that we are concerned with here today. Now, the IOCCARIBE is an intergovernmental body, and I find it interesting that even though we are a provider of high quality information to be used for management and policy advice, then we have the intergovernmental process and all the governments come together. Why is it that the science is not reaching those who are making decisions for the oceans and coasts? Why are we having this discussion if this intergovernmental process already exists within a scientific and technical organization such as the IOC? And perhaps there are going to be others who will talk about this as well. I know that Chris will be talking from UNEP's perspective, and it's the same thing. We have an intergovernmental process, but still there needs to be some kind of high-level science policy interface, and maybe that is the key right there. Programs of IOCCARIBE. Some of them you may know about, but some of them you may not even have realized that they were IOC programs. The Caribbean Large Marine Ecosystem, of course, is one that we've heard about a lot in the last day or so here. And the tsunami and other coastal hazards warning system, of which I'm currently the chair, representing Barbados. The harmful algal blooms program, they have been